everybody. If you're watching this part of the video, you're probably catching the replay. So go ahead and drop a 2 in the comments below or a hashtag replay and let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm tuning in from Austin, Texas, finally back in Texas. It was awesome visiting Georgia. Georgia's my home. It was awesome meeting my friends and seeing family, but I'm really thankful to be back, kind of in my own little routine. Super happy about that. And if you're watching me live, drop a 1 and let me know where you're tuning in from too. So today I'm going to be talking about something a little different. Normally I kind of do makeup and there's kind of a reason behind that. But anyways, today I'm going to be talking about comfort zones and 5 steps to getting out of your comfort zone. So here's the thing I've realized about being being in your comfort zone, okay? I've realized that comfort zones literally dictate our decisions in our lives, which is kind of crazy, right? And they always say that nothing good ever comes from comfort zones either, okay? But I want to argue with that for just a second. Nothing good ever comes from comfort zones, but y'all, literally I love taking a Tuesday night and just binge watching a Riverdale or 13 Reasons Why, which that's what I did this last week is binge watch Riverdale. So by the way, it's out if you watch that. And if you're live, y'all, let me know you're watching. But anyways, here's the thing about getting outside of your comfort zone, right? And why you want to get outside your comfort zone. For me, every time I do something that I'm afraid of doing, it's like when I'm finished, I feel like I just ran a marathon. I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous, but it's this huge adrenaline rush. It's like a runner's high. You know, when you actually, y'all, you start saying, at least I do, I hate running. And then you start running and then you start feeling this I don't know, you feel like you're invincible and you can just keep going. Oh, hey Taylor, how are you? But anyways, so you feel like you can just keep going. You've got this can't even talk. You've got this adrenaline rush and then you just want to keep doing it. It's like you crave that high, and it's the same thing with getting outside of your comfort zone. Which, by the way, this video has literally been on my to-do list for over a year. And that is how outside of the comfort zone that I feel right now. My stomach's literally in knots, but I feel excited and I want to keep going and nervous all at the same time. It's the strangest feeling. I know that when I get off of here, I'm going to feel relief and I did it, and I'm going to want to do it again. I'm going to want to get better. And I think that's why I wanted to start with a video all about getting out of your comfort zone, because this is so out of my comfort zone. So 5 steps. I've realized that getting out of your comfort zone is literally a process. Yeah, exactly. You always just get a little high when you do something that's so just bizarre, right? But anyways, so I literally have realized that there is a process and there is something behind doing something that you're afraid to do. So number 1, you got to write down your life goals, which sounds so kind of odd, but I'll get there in a second. So you want to write down your life goals, your big life goals. I'm not talking about oh yeah, I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow and whatever. No. I'm talking about I want to have a vacation house in Hawaii. I want to run a marathon. I want to write a book or publish a book. Those kinds of goals, and literally write them down. Don't just keep it in your mind. Write them down, because when you write them down, it's going to become reality, right? It's like a light bulb is going to go off and you're going to be like, wow. For me, when I do this, I'm oh man, I'm not even it's I'm not even working towards it. And it's man, I need to do something about it. So once you write down those really big life goals, you almost have to break it down. So you want to start with your life goals, and then you want to start thinking about where you want to be in 10 years. Then you want to think about where you want to be in 5, and then 1, and then a month from now. And then you start thinking about, what am I going to do this week and today and tomorrow? And that's how you have to do it, because you have to align what you do, and you have to align your task list with your goals, because if you don't, you'll never hit those end goals. And what does that have to do with getting outside of your comfort zone? Well, all about visualization. I can't talk, you guys. It's all about visualization. If you don't see yourself, if you don't see every little detail in your mind about what you want, there's going to be nothing worth it to you to actually get out and do the things you're afraid to do, right? So for me, this video is so out of my comfort zone, it's ridiculous, but my end goal is so much bigger than the excuses I made while I sat here for literally an hour, like resisting pressing start and go live. Like literally I sat here an hour and I didn't want to go live. So anyways, you have to visualize it and you have to map it out, because if you don't, there's not going to be a reason. You've got to figure out what's worth it to you. So the number 2 would be, hey y'all, if you're hopping on, let me know you're watching. Number 2, you've got to take baby steps, right? Like I feel like there's some personalities out there, and I am not one of them at all. Like you've got to start taking baby steps and to create more of a successful long-term growth, right? So for an example, like Instagram, or no, let's take the marathon goal again, okay? Say your life goal is a marathon, right? You have to start smaller. So if you start out, you say, oh man, I'm gonna run a marathon, and like you've never even ran a mile, y'all, you have to start smaller. So start, okay, I'm gonna run a marathon. Then you have to be like, okay, well, running a marathon sounds extremely daunting right now. So instead of just being like, I'm just gonna start running out of nowhere, let me start out by doing 30 minutes on the elliptical 3 days a week, okay? That's it. One day, those 3 times a week is going to turn into 5 times a week. Then one day, you're gonna have enough courage to actually get on the treadmill and to walk, right? And then once you start walking, you're actually going to have the confidence in order to download the 5K app on your phone and start running there. And then one day you're going to do day 2, then day 3, and it's going to go. You've got to take baby steps in order to get outside of your comfort zone, right? So anyways, this can be applied to like all aspects of your life. That was just an example of just kind of taking down a really big goal and making it into bite-sized little pieces in order to do things that scare you, right? So the number 3 is that you want to stay consistent with these things. So for example, you know, if you take that marathon goal and then you just stop, right? You started doing these little things and then you stop, you have to keep going, right? And most of the time, in order to achieve the things that you want to do in your life, that you really want, like the end goals, you're gonna have to do things that scare you. And from my experience, the things that scare you the most are the things you actually need to be doing, right? So if there's like something in your mind, like just while I'm talking right now, that you're afraid to do, that you feel like you need to do, you probably should do it, right? Like either for your business or your personal development, those are the types of things that you should be doing and working towards. And for one reason, like why you want to stay consistent just besides that, for one, it becomes like less overwhelming for you, right? Like the more you do the thing that scares you, it's not going to get less scary, but you're going to feel more confident that you can get through those things. And then you start believing in yourself. And not only that, but it's going to show others to take you seriously when you do them. And if you have a business, you definitely want to make sure you're doing that. Now, number 4 is to stay positive. So even while you're doing the things that scare you, you've got to have a really positive self-talk. You've got to talk to yourself kindly, right? So you want to say things like, I am strong, I am confident, I am fearless, I am blank, you know, just whatever you're not necessarily like, you just want to say the things that you want to be true. So if you want to run a marathon, I'm going to say, I am strong, I'm courageous, I am a runner, I can do this. Those are the things that you want to say. And when you are consistently telling yourself these kind words and you are staying kind, something is going to shift in your mind and your subconscious is going to change and it's going to be magical, right? And then you're going to want to do those things again and again, and you're going to have the ability to do them again and again. And then number 5 is keep going even when you fail, right? So here's the thing. Imperfection is inevitable. Failure is inevitable, right? You're going to fail. We've all failed at something. We've failed a class in school. We failed going to the gym after work yesterday, or you know what, whatever the case is, we've all failed at something. And most of the time, I feel like the reason why we fail at things is that we lose sight of our end goal, right? So for me, the very first thing that I stop doing when I feel like I'm actually on track with my life is I stop focusing on my end goal, which seems so small, but it's like I feel like everything's going so great and everything's fine and la-di-da-di-da. I don't need to focus on that anymore. But it's like as soon as I stop doing that, I stop doing something else. And I stop doing something else. And then all of a sudden, it's like my whole life feels out of place and it feels wonky. And I wake up and I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. And I think that's just so crazy to me that one little action that you can do every single day can keep you from pursuing and stepping out of your comfort zone and pursuing the things that you want in your life. So here's the thing. If you want to limit the amount of times you go through this process, because like I said, I feel like this is literally a process. You write down your goals, you take the baby steps, you stay consistent, you stay positive, and then you keep going even when you fail. If you want to eliminate the amount of times you have to do those things, keep focusing on your goals and don't let go of those, because that is what's going to keep you moving forward. Now, here's the thing, like, if you want to keep, what am I trying to say? Y'all, I don't even know. This is how nervous I get, and this is how out of my comfort zone this is. Yet I'm literally going to leave this up because I want a reminder of this. Now, I want to know what your goals are. Now, these videos are not my end goal. Please know that. They're not my end goal, but I have a really big end goal. These are just tasks that I need to do in order to get to my bigger goal. But let me know what your goals are. Send me a message, comment, whatever you want to do. And I'd love to help you achieve yours, and we can be accountability partners. Super fun. But anyways, I'm going to hop off of here. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. Bye.